Peace up, A-Town down. Yeah.
Braid, snap, wigs everywhere. I gotta clean this shit up before my mama get home. Oh my god. Oh my god. Child, I don't know where the fuck to start. This shit gonna have to be, it's enough for everybody to cover, okay? Because anybody can take a different direction. Which way you want to go? Alright. Because I don't know. Talk about a goddamn massacre. Set the bomb off. Oh my god, this bitch just went kamikaze. She said, I'm killing everybody. You get a gunshot wound to the head. You get a gunshot wound to the head. Everybody get gunshot wound. Oh my god. Whew. Now, I was originally going to talk about Pretty Ricky in this video. Because if y'all watch my lives at nighttime, I've been said that, you know, let me just get out of this. I'll make a video about her separate. But she's the next one, y'all, that's going to either leave or have a problem. I'm just going to say that right now. And I have some other, you know, visuals and receipts to go with that. But Pretty Ricky either going to leave, bow out gracefully, or she going to end up having a falling out with either Jay or Fi. I'm just saying. But, you know, she needs to stop trying to be problem solver, because this is the mess sector. We are here for the mess. And truth be known, Fibe liked the mess too. Now, y'all see how she kept trying to paint that narrative today that if it's a problem between us, it's on him. It's on him. You know, she tries to repeat stuff like Jay and hypnotize you, because she wants to make it seem like only reason they're not cool is because he did not want it to happen, right? Even though, let me tell you something. Because to be honest, she really lied yesterday, right? And this is kind of like her first real, not her first real lie, but this is the first time where her lie was real visible to her audience, right? Like, this was the very first time that had Pretty Ricky not came on there and said what the fuck she was told to say, then she would have had, you know, if I would have had some questions to answer to her audience. And that's just what I'm saying. Now, I don't know if she took the live down. I'm gonna have to go back and look at it. But I don't know if she used the word truth. But here's the thing, y'all. People want to rely on technicalities when it fits them, but it's all the same thing. The point of the matter is, you did come on your live last night and try to make it seem like y'all had squashed it and hashed it out, right? Ain't that what it sounded like to everybody else? That's what was your intention. But see, if you watched the live last night, I knew when he got back on here today, he was gonna be pissed, because she wanted to make it seem like she had the last word, and she was shading too at the end. And along with her saying, you know, James, he knows I'm not homophobic. He knows that I'm not, you know, all that extra shit she didn't have to say, because you can't speak for nobody. And if he said something, I guess that's what he had meant. So I already knew today when shit, you know, when people start getting on their live, I knew shit was gonna end up popping off. You feel me? Oh my god. Anyways, though, Where's my paper at? Talk about a headache. Well, one, before, did y'all see how she is gaslighting Jay Wilson right now, y'all? You know she was going to try and find a way. She have to make him pop off so she can have an excuse to drag him. So she is really poking him with a hot stick now. One, he got on the Mess Express. See, everybody kept saying, oh, she taking her anger out on James and da-da-da-da. No. No, let me tell you something about her. One thing I noticed about Fi is she does not care about falling out in public or keeping a friendship or relationship together for the fucking sake of keeping that shit together. All right, she don't give a damn. Like a lot of people, including myself, if I won't give everybody the benefit of the doubt if y'all are saying, you know, I'm gonna fall out with somebody or y'all predicting, I will go out of my way to make sure, even if this shit happen, y'all don't get the benefit of it. But she don't give a fuck. Okay, she will pop off. However, she's very crafty with her shit. You know what I mean? She wants you to, she will gaslight you or manufacture a situation so you can be pushed to make it seem like you coming at her, or just so she can have an excuse to pop off at you. You feel me? But she's gaslighting Jay Wilson right now. She did not forget about him. She didn't just take all her anger out on James. No, James was a hard. Let me tell you something. Her and James never liked each other, okay? They only got together and they formed because they had a enemy in common. That's it. They never liked each other, okay? All this shit, if you go back, these videos are still up, you know what I'm saying? They had already had a few falling outs. And this homophobic shit ain't nothing new. Okay? So, they never liked each other. They always had that underlying friction and it was never fixed. See, when it tried to get fixed, if y'all really know what the fuck be going on, is when her and Tracy fell out. Because that's the whole thing happened. When she had him on her show. Okay? And that was the straw that broke the camel's back. So it never got fixed. It was kind of like what it was supposed to be yesterday, which was they just agreed to not fuck with each other. Right? But then when all this shit popped off with Sean starting to get a lot of attention, and, you know, we still really don't know why they stopped talking. However, when all that shit happened and then James came over here into this sector to try and see, you know, what the fuck was going on and try and be a part of the puzzle and also get back at him at the same time, because he, no disrespect, and this is just my commentary. See, what happened, what James thought was going to happen was he is looked at as very respected, a highly respected person, right? And he knows Sean, just like Sean knows him. So when people put anybody on a pedestal, everybody's going to look at them like that besides the people close to them, their family or their friends, right? You just the same nigga to me. And that's how James probably looked at Sean like, well, nigga, you ain't nobody throwing me to the side for these bitches over here, you know, while I done sat in the corner and been supportive and loyal or whatever. So let me, you know, see what the hell is going on. Let me see who you know, what's so mighty about these people that you over here thinking that you are, you know, you the shit. And in that process, he was thinking they're going to see me being, because he saw how people over here probably really wasn't feeling Sean a lot. And that's anywhere. But there are people who support him and people who don't. But obviously, you're only going to be looking for people who don't like the person that you do. People that's going to fit your narrative. He saw that and was like, okay, they're going to look at me and think that, you know, they're going to probably like me more than him. Right? And then people already championed him and championed him in because he came in at a time where, you know, people was turning on Sean and people were against him or whatever. And he thought that he was going to be able to scoop up that attention. He thought because he was an OG that he would be able to just collect, you know, that attention and collect the people and get everybody on his side, and they would see who Sean for who he really is, blah, 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 right? That's what he thought was going to happen. And there ain't nothing wrong with that, you feel me? Because, like I said, we still don't know what the hell happened between them. I'm just giving, you know, my view on it. So, without taking any digs. But what ended up happening was, when you are OG status, you have to be content with being an elder or an OG. You cannot, at one point in no point in time, look at what the people who are coming up. You cannot envy them. You cannot question. You cannot be curious as to why people are flocking to them or why people are entertained by whatever the case is, because you've already proved your point. You've already had your run. And when I say had your run, I don't mean like it's over. I just mean you don't even have to compete anymore. You know what I mean? It's like the OGs, like, you know, you have, you know, fucking like Usher and Madonna, all them, they don't have to fucking be worried about all these young cats coming in. They don't have to sell all these albums because you already know, Mariah Carey is Mariah fucking Carey. She ain't got to compete. But when you start trying to compete with people who are coming up, then you kind of fuck your legacy up because now it's almost like you're starting over. And people only remember you for your last behavior, your last do good, right? So if you end like Floyd Mayweather, if you end while you're the best, then can't nobody ever say shit after that. Because you could have possibly gotten your ass whooped after, but it didn't happen. So, hey, now somebody might be better who comes along, but nobody will ever be able to say they were better than you because you didn't give them the opportunity to stand you up. So when you start to compete or get in the ring with the newer people or the new competition, you're basically throwing your old legacy away to start a new one. And if times are different and, it's not probably going to end up the same way. And that's probably why the issue he has with QB. I feel like the thing he has with QB, along with calling him, when he said that QB was Sean Bradley and reminded him of Sean Bradley, I feel like he meant that in all forms, right? Meaning, because to be honest, they're nothing alike. But he reminded him of Sean, the attention that he was getting, the way that it affected his attitude, the way that QB didn't really submit to James and call him father and all that shit. He respected him, but he did not give him that extra, y'all know what I'm talking about. And once again, everybody keeps saying that James is jealous of his platform. I don't think that he's necessarily jealous, but I will say this. James comes from a part of YouTube where his supporters are really going to support him, okay? So all this shit, trying to hypnotize people with, he don't get no views. Yes, he does, okay? His videos, his original content that has nothing to do with this sector, his uploads get like 10,000, okay? And that's hard. If you're a YouTuber now in the live streaming age, uploads are really hard to get a lot of views on unless you are cemented. Lives get more views and more interactions and they are sent out more. So James gets the views and stuff, but it's like that thing where, he's cool, but his live chats, which have jumped up recently, is more, it's more, I don't know, goddamn, it's like performing live, right? When you have a live chat, it's like performing live, it's that adrenaline. And I do believe he likes that, and I think he feels like he should just have it, right? It should be just, what's the word I'm trying to, entitled. He feels like as an OG, he should be like entitled to these things because if you have like 30,000 subscribers or something like that, it does look kind of not intimidating, but it's kind of like an ego blow if you have a live chat and you don't have a lot of people in there. Now, I get it, okay? I honestly get that because to everybody else, they're not gonna get how YouTube works behind the scenes as far as numbers and shit. But I get it. I really do. I do get it. But to the people, and let me tell you, the court of opinion always matters. They just gonna use that to drag you. And like I said, it is fun. It does feel good to have a big live audience if you're a performer like he is. So when he sees that, Sean then came over here, reinvented himself, and, whatever, and then he sees QB, and he has, basically just came in here within a few months and has that audience and that, captivating audience and interaction and stuff, and then it's back to him. He still, don't get me wrong, has supporters. It just depends on what you're looking for because in my opinion, he is just as well as good. He just has a different audience. But it's still like that. I hate saying jealous or envy because people use that word too much. But it's still like that scratch that needs to be itched, right? Just having the same kind of audience. You can have a whole bunch of subscribers, but do your views match? Do your live streams match? Because it don't really matter. I told y'all, YouTube, the way you make money is not through subscribers, it's through views. That's why a lot of people hide their subscribers now. But all of that combined together is similar to what he went through with Sean. And I feel like that's why he said, you remind me of Sean. It just came out as the way people received it. Oh, like y'all beefed, he got a smart mouth, whatever. That's, but I could be wrong. It's just my commentary. It's just how I feel. Okay? But back to what I was saying earlier. Now, Fi and James really never like each other. So this was just the straw that broke the camel's back. But back to Jay Wilson, she did not forget about what he did. And see, what's going to happen is, this is not the first time that Jay Wilson has pissed off Fi. And she don't give a damn She will drag you. She don't give a fuck. She will drag you. She don't care if y'all been cool. If she feels like she has been slighted, because she cannot take any kind of shade, slight, you know, your mama jokes, like any kind of attitude, it's like, that's it. She has to go. It's like level 10 Mortal Kombat. It's a motherfucking about to be a fight. That's how she is with everything. You know, all of her beefs, you would assume that something really severe happened because of the amount of smoke she be giving, but it'll all be over petty shit. She just can't take any slights, and which goes back to yesterday. Now, she never really was gonna let this go. Okay, she really wasn't, because he had already called her out of her name, and they went back and forth. And even though she can call you names, and when you fighting with somebody, at that point it's whatever. We both talking shit, we both throwing daggers. But even with her, the minute that you say something to her, even if it's in response, it's a fucking rap. That's it. Like, very rarely have you ever seen her forgive people. And I can't even think of somebody off the top of my head, but I'm just gonna assume that I don't have time to think. But very rarely does she forgive or forget. Okay, very rarely. She has a few people in her life, and eventually, because they're not, you can't ride the fence with her or be neutral, and eventually they will wither out. But they came into her life like that, and eventually she's gonna fucking hold the flame under them and make them pick. It is what it is. But very rarely have you seen her forget or forgive, and she's a fighter. Everybody have their own reasons on why. Okay, I would assume her reason is she feels like she's always attacked and everybody's against her and blah 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 blah. Okay, I'm just saying, because it's not a really attack her moment. I'm just telling y'all what the fuck I saw. The TSCC thing with Jay Wilson is something that she did not forget, and she was just trying to figure out what move to make, because we're all looking at her and we're all saying like, all right, is this the time? Because everybody been waiting for her and Jay Wilson to fall apart. And it's not because people just hate y'all so much or so jealous, or it ain't because of that. It's just because we know how the fuck you are, okay? And we are just I don't know, I'm talking too fast. We just shocked that ain't shit happened yet, okay? And we kind of have seen little cracks and little glimpses of either, and this is what usually happens, and you know, just to his credit, Jay Wilson usually lets shit go, right? Because that's his only really ally, his only really big supporter and friend. However, because I know most of y'all thought that this nigga was scared of her. Maybe in the beginning, because you know how she is. Like, she has a lot of influence. Okay, but Jay Wilson is just at the same with her now. See, Jay Wilson, during his time, been smart, because a lot of people fuck theyself over before they get to the goal. You know, you try and move in with somebody, or you got somebody that can really help you out, but you really can't stand them, but you know in the end it's going to be worth it. A lot of people aren't, you know, before they even get to what they need, they done fucked the whole situation up, right? They done already fucked up, and they don't even get anything. But with him, he has taken a lot of shit, he has let a lot of shit go, and in that time process, his chat has gone up, right? It's very common for him now to have like 500, 600 people in his chat. His subscribers, he matches her now. I don't even know if she has 10,000 subscribers, but if she does, whatever. But the point is, he's equal with her now. But he also can tell that if she was to shut him out or get pissed off, it would be the same kind of thing right now. It would be a split in the middle. It would be constant back and forth, you know, because that's just what it is over in the sector. She ain't gonna let shit go. Everybody been talking about the same people for the whole time. And he feels that could be coming, and he does need a backup plan. So what has he been doing? He has been on a tour. He has been on a tour, showing people different sides of him, showing him people that, you know, I'm not just up anybody's asshole. You know, that's why when he went to TSCC, they asked him about it, and he was like, you know, they asked him about it, and he was, you know how Jay Wilson is, when he'll say something, but then he'll be like, but I will say this. And that kind of is his answer. They asked him, you know, is anybody going to be mad that you're over here, right? And when they said that, it's only one person. Okay, let's just, you know, it's just one person. And he was like, no. And then he goes, but I will say this, though. You know, and then he also said that she goes where she wants to go and I can go where I want to go. See, all that didn't have to be fucking said. You got to watch him, because the shit with James, too, was very, very open. Like, nobody paid attention, but during his, what did he do last week? he was talking about, when the gentleman's panel first broke up, when he got on his channel that night and was talking about the situation, James will throw hints out there and little shit that if he did not want people to know, or if nothing was happening, he wouldn't say anything. Last week when he had his show on the gentleman's panel, he was like, I talked, everything is fine. Even if we don't get back together, we're still good friends because I talked to, you know, QB. I talked to Rebel. I talked to El Teddy. I talked to, well, sometimes I talk to James. And then he kept going. And it's like, well, nigga, you didn't even have to say that. Like, you could have just said I talked to everybody and kept it pushing. But you made a point to go down to everybody on the panel. And then when you got to him, you know what I mean? So I knew back then, you know. Just like back then when that shit with Pretty Ricky happened, when she called in and was trying to play, like, we're above the mess. And you and QB should be, and, you know, until QB snapped on her. Then she called in, you know, wanted an apology and shit. And Jay Wilson kind of low-key, you know, he didn't snap on her, but he definitely, like, was like, bitch, it is what it is, ho. This is the fucking beefing sector. We're not about to walk on lily pads and sing Christmas hymns. Like, if you can't fucking dish somebody raising their voice at you, because he didn't even, nothing was, like, really bad said to her. But she called in when they were trying to, you know, get their shit on the gentleman's panel. And she wanted to call in talking about, y'all shouldn't be arguing. And QB was like, get the fuck off the phone. I ain't got time for this shit. And she couldn't let that go. She was on when she made a video. She fucking called in the Jay Wilson show. And then he was like, girl, didn't I fucking talk to you behind the scenes about that? I'm going to show y'all, don't worry, later. Because that's what this video was going to be about. Because I had that receipt knowing that was going to come back around. And Fi, you know, she can't take anything on her own. She ain't going to do it by herself. A lot of the times, she needs a scapegoat. She did it with Axe April when she reported that Joyce and Tracy wasn't talking. And this was way before they had actually really fallen out. She blamed April for it, or she needed her. And then this time, she only needed Pretty Ricky there to kind of be the scapegoat. And she sat there and took it. But that ain't going to last that long. And I'm not saying that those two will actually fall out. But she ain't going to be there for a long time. It just ain't going to happen. But like I said, she needed a reason, though, to poke at Jay Wilson for the stuff he was doing. And that is why he is making his rounds, because he wants people to see a different side of him. Preparing for the day that if something do happen, people will still be like, you know, I fuck with him. You know, I'm cool. Because 2 months ago, especially around the time where he got popped for not really working, Fina came in and saved him. Okay, because if y'all don't remember, everybody was on his ass, the hate train. You know, that momentum shift fast. If she wouldn't have came in and did that super chat and changed it into a sympathy thing, that would have been it. He probably still wouldn't have been on right now. But around that time, if she would have turned his back on him, he would have lost a majority of his supporters. He just would have. But now, it's, if you can gauge the climate, he can do without her now. He can. You know, if whoever doesn't like him, doesn't like him. But if you like him now, you already know his fuck shit, and it is what it is. You know, the things that other people don't like, it doesn't bother you. And everybody has that. Your friends deal with, your friends are going to deal with your bullshit. Or it might not even be bullshit to them. You know, let me look at my chat, because I keep getting, like, hella fucking messages. I just didn't want to lose my fucking train of thought. What's up, Deanna? What up, daughter? What up, D? Sprinkle? Marriage and marijuana. What up, Living My? What's up, mods? How y'all doing? What up, everybody? What up? What up? What up? Oh, yes. Make sure y'all hit that cash app. Okay, so, because I'm going to wrap this up, too, because I know people are probably going to go live after me if they're not already live right now. I just had to get my thought out, because I would have forgot. And like I said, I'm going to give y'all that Pretty Ricky video. That just needs to be a little bit edited, so I can have everything up at one time, and I have to keep switching out shit to show y'all. But, God damn it. Let me finish really quick. Okay, hold on. Let me look at my notes. Got a couple more points, and then we out this bitch. Hold on. Oh, okay. Well, I just looked. I guess I hit on my main points. But just to wrap everything up in a nutshell, okay. Her and James never liked each other. The only goal they had, only thing that brought them together was their hate for Sean, okay? That's it. And don't forget, no matter what happens or what's currently happening right now, James and Sean were real friends outside of YouTube. That wasn't no YouTube shit. And Fi know that. Fi came from Sean Bradley. People will forget that. She forgot that. I didn't forget, okay? So the point I'm trying to make is she will always see James as an extension of Sean. Because they were really good friends, okay? They were. The whole thing with James and QB, I really think that, you know, because I still don't really get why he's going after QB other than the fact of he said it. QB reminds him of Sean. And that is what is making him go after QB like that. I don't need to get back into it, watch the video, but, you know, it's the same thing. The same thing that happened between him and Sean is what exactly... It's not that QB acts like Sean, trust me, because he fucking doesn't. Okay, Sean and QB, ugh, they are nothing alike. Nothing. That was an insult to Sean. Not like that, but you know. But on the tangible paper, far as the things that QB has afforded himself right now and the opportunities and stuff and his crowd and his audience and all that shit, and that is, you know, why he is going after QB, because he's in his head like, well, you know, I'm the queen, bitch. The fuck, like I should, you know, it's his second time. And he doesn't have that. He did not get, and the thing is, you know, like I said, if you're an OG, you should not lower and try and wallow in the mud with the youngins coming up because you done fucked your legacy up. A lot of people, you know, don't look at him the same way. And he can say, you know, he probably doesn't care, but it still doesn't take away from the fact of you gave up your OG card to now have to, you know, be looked at as, I would be fine. I don't care. I'm cool with being above the mess, okay? Because very few people can hold that title. But yeah, though, because I know everybody else is confused as to why he's coming at QB like that. Because listen, QB really did nothing. If they talk their little shit, that's fine. We all talk shit. But he has like a missile, a laser on this nigga. Okay, I don't get it, but it's not for me to get, and I could be wrong because it's just my opinion. All right. And for last but not least, Fi needs a reason to go off on James. She can't just be real and be like, you was on that hate train, that mess express. You already know I'm controlling. I am very, you know, you have to sacrifice your family and your kids and you give blood and all. You have to pledge to me. There's no fence riding, no goddamn neutral. It is Babe Nation or die. And since everybody else knows that, I can't do it because I have to do the opposite of what everybody else is doing because I don't want to seem predictable or come off as that bitch that everybody thinks that I am. So I'm going to, for the meantime, attack everybody else. But I'm going to think of a way to gaslight you and poke you and push you out there so you can get at me so I can look like I had an excuse like she did today. How she kept trying to make it seem like the only reason that her and James is going back with each other is because he wanted it to. But in reality, he does kind of low-key, I'm going to keep it 100. He made it because he's happy this is happening because everybody likes to mess over here. One way or another. You either got the people who just be like, fuck it, I'm in the mess, or you got the people who be trying to act like they don't want to be a part of it, but they always find their way right in the middle of it. A lot of people are like that because that's the way to grow over here, unfortunately, is through the mess, the clicks and the views. It is what it is. Not saying it's a bad or good thing, but a lot of people want to be in the mess without having to. They want to be in the mess, but still have that title of not being messy. Like they were forced or pulled into it, or they just had to come off the porch that I told you. Ain't no fucking porch over here. This the projects, this the hood, bitch. Ain't nobody got no porch over here. Everybody be windmilling in the street. Everybody. Ain't no porches. Okay? But she gave him that shine. Just like QB is going to either ignore him or give it to him. And he's going to get the clicks and the views and the people who are going to be split in the middle, who go to his side and be like, you know, Fire Babe turned me off because I thought, you know, she was better than that. And then the people who fell for this, you know, I don't like her no more because you were a good person, all that stuff, okay? So he's going to benefit off of it. But it's more obvious that what she gets out of this is the few people who go, damn, Fire, you were so patient. And you were just trying. No, the fuck she wasn't, okay? She was not. Yesterday, she wasn't. Like I told you, this was never going to be cool because A, she didn't ever like him, and B, he already talked shit to her when they argued yesterday. She don't let shit go. She don't let you go. And then she lied. Okay? Omission, lying. If James wouldn't have came out and said nothing, you would have left it as it was and make it seem like y'all were, you know, let bygones be bygones. Yes, you didn't say we were besties. Yes, you left it at the pact of we're not friends, but we're going to still support each other from the bushes. And, you know, basically it's cool. The same thing that happened the last time. But that ain't what happened. Matter of fact, nobody, put it like this. The way you described it, nobody thought that this was just a situation that got handled by Pretty Ricky and then none of y'all talk or exchange nothing. Nobody thought that. So no matter how you slice it or dice it or you go, why didn't say true? See, she's really smart with deflecting like Trey. She will answer a question and give you an answer to something that really wasn't asked, like she did with the GoFundMe. She was showing all these receipts to shit that was not in dispute. Nobody ever said that, you know, this didn't happen. We wanted to know what the fuck happened specifically with the GoFundMe money, what you said. That was the only thing. Now all this other shit, receipts from bonds and food for less, we don't care. Didn't ask all that. Didn't ask all that. So she tried to make it seem like this whole thing was just, but she put it all on that whole truce word. The truce. We did not have a truce. I didn't say that. He didn't say. Okay. And people get confused and they start to just address that, and the next you know, it's too late. It's time to end the show. But the point is, you didn't fuck. Okay, nobody said truce, but I remember hearing that. But it doesn't matter. The point is, you still lied by omission. Okay, a lie is a lie is a lie because it ain't the truth. And the thing is, if you ain't had nothing to hide, or if you wasn't trying to manipulate a narrative, I always tell people this. If the truth is what it is, then there's no need to alter it at all. Because some people will alter the truth by one word, and that one word can make a big difference. But in passing, you know, when the truth comes out, and they'll say, well, I didn't lie. I said it like this. But it's like, okay, you may have said that, but the way you presented it gave a different narrative and outcome than what really happened. And you know that, and it was intentional. So in that case, you fucking lied. Okay? And it don't escape her either. Like, I don't get it. Like, for somebody who claims that they never lie and it's that, like, people don't just, you just always find yourself in some lied situation. I don't know. It is what it is. But that's pretty much it, y'all. I know I'm probably gonna get hell for this, and it is what it is. Everybody will say what the fuck they want to say. I did my best. I did not go in on anybody. Y'all know how I am before 9 o'clock anyway, so depending on how I feel or what happened between now and after 9 o'clock. But for the most part, you know, it is what it is. Anything else? Yes, Wiley is wrong for what he is doing to Seven. I don't give a fuck. I don't care, everybody. Oh, what's the news? This ain't no fucking real news. This ain't no newspaper. And this ain't the president to where the people need to fucking know, okay? It does not affect our lives, income, or country. It's a million things going on right now. So whenever we choose to decide, report on something, it's a choice and it's a bias. That's the whole point of having a friendship and building a friendship or a fucking relationship, right? And what's the point of having a friendship if you're still going to treat your friends like somebody on the street? Huh? Okay, that's what I thought. So yeah, he's wrong for that. He is. And yeah, Seven was being too naive and nice by thinking like I'm going to be different because everybody, you know, including myself, told her from just whenever she started to talk back to him that, you know, this nigga gonna get you. But that's not an excuse though. When people give you an extra chance or doubt the haters, it's still not an excuse, or it still doesn't hurt any less, or it still does not make it right when said person does what they were predicted to do. It's still just as bad. So for all these people who are like, oh, well, it's just the news, and, well, you know how Wiley, it's that ain't no fucking excuse. And Wiley is very smart, okay? He knows right from wrong. Wiley is acting out because she's not on the fucking panel no more. And all these lies, too, let me tell you something, too, okay? Because this, you know, it was fun when the streets were dead, all these storylines that he be coming up with, but we got shit popping off now, okay? We got the James watch now, the Jay Wilson watch, to see what the hell Jay Wilson gonna do. It's a lot of shit going on. So all these fake storylines, listen, it wasn't no fucking catfish, okay? All them people involved in that shit, they're all friends of Wiley. It's all staged. It's all to help everybody else in their career. I'm saying this, I'm not speculating. This is 100% true. That video, Steve, you know, I didn't used to like your bobblehead Tony the Tiger looking ass. I didn't. But I don't really have a problem with you. But I'm just going to say this, though. Take that shit off your... Oh, I can't say that. But that shit on your page with the whole deaf person and you doing the fake sign language and you understanding what he's saying and running around the room. Come on now, bro. Come on. And tell Wiley to just to cut it. Okay? He could have ended it where it was. A lot of people believe the catfish story. This is where people get caught when they get greedy. Okay? I don't know if he saw all this popping off with James and Fi and he was like, oh no, the attention, you know, because he did have the streets on lock. You did, Wiley. Yes, you did for a minute, a couple weeks actually. Kudos. You do deserve a production credit when the season of the YouTube streets wrap up this year. You do. But it's overkill now with the death story and it wasn't even funny. It was kind of irritating. Okay? It just was. And Steve, he's making you look dumb now. Okay? I've been through the whole thing was fake from just the other shit from the whole Tao and the cow, all that shit. But this right here, come on. At your expense, Wiley already know people think he kind of slow. It ain't worth it, homie. Other than that, y'all, I am going to finish my videos. And I know since I made this little video, other shit done popped off, ricocheted, percolated. But I'll be back. I appreciate y'all for coming through. And make sure y'all hit that like button on the way out. Let me see if anybody had seen. Check my comments. Let me tell you something. Jay has realized his power. Jay Wilson, like him or not, he is one of the heavy hitters. He is one of the sources of content that feeds the streets. And he recognizes that now. He's good. So if he is agreeing with Fi, let me tell you something. Jay Wilson is an Aries. I'm an Aries. A lot of people think that when we don't fight every battle or we don't react the way that everybody else thinks we should, that we have let it go or we are weak. And just to sum it up, we just don't care. The shit that might affect y'all or bother y'all, it doesn't bother us. People all the time tell me, like, you need to be mad at this. I'm not. I can't force myself to be mad at something that I'm not. And it is what it is. I mean, just a little, weird things will set me off, but it is what it is. And that's what James is doing. Jay Wilson is doing, I mean. He just don't think he doesn't realize now, though. You fooling yourself if you thinking that he doesn't realize that he can do without her now. He's there because put it like this, he's there because he wants to be now. He's not being held hostage to his fears of what could happen. Because he will be fine without her. Oh, trust me. Because there's enough people now. All you need is enough people to hate somebody. And there's enough people now that actually don't like her to where he'll be just fine. He's there because he wants to be. And probably because he don't like James either, y'all. He don't. So, But yeah. Yes, Visha. And Aries, trust me, when we do be ready, listen, we are the first sign. We are the god of war. We represent war. We are the ones to go into battle first. We are the ones to fight. We are protective. We are rams. And we know what we are capable of. So, it is what it is. It's not, when we don't react every single time, it's not because we're scared to or because, we don't know how to. We know that it ain't nothing. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And that's where he is right now. And like I said, he don't like James either. So, oh, shit, I forgot. Y'all, this is how she was messy, though. Before we go, child, Deshaun, we about to do some commentary on your ass. However, though, she was being messy. That's how she gaslit Jay Wilson he was over there pillow talking. And she be lying too, so I'm pretty sure she rephrased and remixed some shit. However, though, what she said, the gist of it, I know it came. It ain't nothing that everybody else hasn't said, but the fact that Jay Wilson has said it and it came out of his mouth makes it something. She basically, the way I was saying she got at Jay Wilson was by saying the things that he had said about Deshaun behind Deshaun's back, about him being sneaky and a flirt, and scared to show his face while he was at the whole, you know, vacation. And every time, you know, somebody put a camera out, he, you know, did a tuck and roll. He didn't say tuck and roll, but that's what he did though. But she basically said that, but she was saying it like she was just reporting on Deshaun, but she know what the hell she was doing. If you tell me something about somebody else that I'm on the outs with, and you know, that's for between me and you, and the damn show ain't meant for you to tell nobody else, let alone hop on a fucking platform with thousands of people and then just talk about it like it was just, you know, Sunday's news. So that is what she did. So now Deshaun's gonna probably make a video talking really slow and talking about his doctorate and how he doesn't have time for the mess. He's probably gonna talk about how everybody's poor over here and they're only doing this because they need Christmas money and money to pay their light bill, and he doesn't have time. That's what he's gonna do. And then in there, he's probably going to throw a little shade, call somebody a motherfucker, couple of bitches, bring up his friend Pretty T, and then end it out with a positive him, and then make a video 2 hours later about breast cancer, women aware. I don't know. But that's what's going to probably happen. That's why I'm about to get the fuck off of here so I can keep up, okay? But I love you guys, and I will be back later on, okay? Because we're going to talk about Pretty Ricky Fontaine. Oh, yeah. And go check out my community post in about a minute and a half. Bye. Thank you, Mom.